Bit of backlore. So today we are going to be reacting to the level 1 Dark Souls Remastered all bosses world record attempt. I was trying to learn this run like a week ago, and the shit I've seen in this fucking run I literally have never seen in any other Dark Souls speedrun ever. And I was like, what's the point of me even learning this run at this point, because I will never do such a good job as this guy did. So I reached out to him, asking him if I could react to his world record attempt. I want to explain every single detail into the run, so we can actually have some decent commentary on top of extraordinary gameplay, because honestly it is extraordinary. Since a lot of the things that he actually discovered by himself have not actually been showcased, it's going to be actually very interesting to showcase them. But yeah, level 1 all bosses world record speedrun. I think the run is done in an hour, which is ludicrous. I think the all bosses leveled run is also an hour, which doesn't actually make any sort of sense whatsoever. I have no idea how level 1 and all bosses leveled are still on the same like length. How old is the video? The video is 1 year old, I think. I think the record was made like 1 year ago. Obviously, he started the character with the Pyromancer. The Pyromancer is the only SL1 character in the entire game. Why does he menu here? He did a menu mid-air. I'm actually wondering if that is to make the kill faster. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe menuing in mid-air actually adds a little bit of damage on top of it. He uses the menu here to equip his Pyromancy Flame. He does that while he's in the air, so he doesn't have to waste any time to do that while he's running around. That's how crazy optimized this run is. Once the run starts to get into, like, after ONS, you'll see what I mean when it comes to insanity. He picks up this soul right here, which is actually really important. I'll explain in like 3 minutes why that soul is extremely important for like the optimized. This run is like, if you like optimized things, this run is insane. He needs to kill this guy, by the way. This is the only speedrun I've seen that actually needs to kill this NPC. So it actually does a little trick here. He goes there and he just rolls into his tomb. And he does that because he needs exactly 3,000 souls, give or take. Now he's gonna do a little bit of a skip. He's gonna do something that's called basically Capra Demon skip or the Depth skip. It's also the Laurentius skip, like you can name it around. He does this here, which is a janky thing that only happens in DSR. He basically just goes up the ladder, clips out of the ladder, and then can go clip out of bounds. Here he buys... Wait, I need to actually fucking slow this down because he does it so fucking fast. The menu is insane on this guy. He uses the out-of-bounds situation to buy from the merchant 2 things. A poison moss clamp, which he needs for Blighttown. But what's the important thing? He buys... Why? How does he do it so fast? What the fuck? The reason why he needed 3,000 souls is so he can buy the maximum amount of arrows he can get from this merchant here. 866 for this example. This number 866 gets stored now into the RAM memory of Dark Souls, which can be used later for another glitch. So after he does this out of bounds, he can actually skip past the Capra Demon sequence. He doesn't need to kill Capra Demon to get to the depths. This is the depths in Japanese, I don't know. Then he does a little bit of a jump around, and he hits our boy Laurentius here in the cock. Once Laurentius is hit here, he actually gets transported back to Firelink. And now... Okay, but too fast. Okay, Jesus. Look at the souls. He did something called the prompt swapped. To do something called a prompt swapped, where he basically overlaps 2 menus over one another. This can only be done if you're playing on PC, by the way. You need to be able to do this with both your mouse and keyboard and your controller. Or you overlap the quit out menu with your inventory menu, which you then use to select the soul that he picked up in the asylum, and then uses the number he bought, 866. When he bought those arrows, 866, that number is now stored, and when you abuse the prompt swap glitch, you can actually reuse that number to not use 1 soul, but use 866 souls, which then gives him the ability to... He didn't pop 1 soul, he popped 866 souls. It's genius. Genius way of routing this run, which he then immediately uses to upgrade the Pyromancy Flame to the fullest, and by Combustion and I think Great Fireball or Fire Blast, I forgot what the name of the spell is actually called. But this guy's menuing is out of this fucking world. By the way, if you want even more detailed explanations of all of these glitches, I'll put in the description a couple of videos from Catalyst. He did an amazing job explaining most of them in great detail. Yeah, this obviously sets up the character perfectly, because now we're just gonna be using pyromancies for the entirety of the game. You would think on an SL1 character you would use pyromancies, but that's not entirely the case. He buys fire bombs here and the residence key together with a bow and shield. Then he does something that I've never seen before. He literally... This skip used to be done in Prepare to Die edition, or the original Dark Souls. But he actually found a way to do the lower under burst skip in DSR as well, which is just, I mean, I don't know how he found that, but props, I guess. All right, now he frees Griggs. Griggs is going to be used for a couple of things. He needs to buy Soul Arrow, and he needs to buy the Bellowing Dragon Crest Ring, which boosts all magic by 20% damage. Ain't no way there anything counts as a ledge. I tried to replicate the Skip Chaos. It's impossible. It's fucking... Wait, what? You can dodge it like that? That's crazy. Combustion to the side, that is fucking hitbox corn, chat. Look at that. Oh my god. Taurus is dead in like 3 hits. One, actually not 3 hits. I think he staggers after the third. Yeah, after the third there is a stagger and then he's dead. Little bit of RNG here. He goes here, he drinks an Estus Flask for the timing, so he can then immediately start running through the fire. That fire actually has only a visual effect, doesn't have a hitbox. He hits this guy here so he doesn't meme on him, picks the soul up and runs. Those souls will be used later again for soul looping. There are 2 reasons why he quit out here. He quit out here to skip the gate animation, but he also quit out here so that after the quit out, he immediately unequips an item and starts toggling his inventory slots or his equipment slots. That is a very weird glitch called the toggle glitch, but you can see the enemies are now ignoring him. If you enter out of a loading screen, unequip an item, and start toggling your weapons around, the enemy's AI will not register you for like, I think, 5 seconds. It's called the toggle glitch. It's a little bit more difficult to explain, but yeah, you can actually use that to completely ignore enemies throughout the entirety of the run. Schmargol should just be cooked, right? He doesn't even have RTSR yet, he's cooked. He actually bad RNG there. You would want to get a tail there, but the Gargoyle is not having it. You can actually get an even faster kill there. This guy is cooked, because Pyromancy beats fire, ironically. Now we go back to Firelink, because, of course, Firelink is the hub of everything. I think he's gonna kick Lochak here off the cliff. He's not gonna pick up the ring immediately because of optimization, don't worry about it. He's gonna pick up the ring later. The FAP ring will be used later on, though, for very important purposes. He might actually want to set up RTSR immediately. I think he's actually going to do that. No, he's not. Well, joke's on me. He's just gonna bone out. Here we are going to buy... He's going to... He buy... Wait. What the fuck? I can't even see what he's even buying. Jesus, the menu. He buys... Ball Control, Great Heavy Soul Arrow, the Catalyst, and the Bellowing Dragon Crest Ring, which boosts his damage by 20%. He buys actually the Slumbering as well, right? No. This is the Bellowing, and this is the one that extends the... He buys both rings. He buys the ring that extends the duration of his sorceries by, I forgot how many seconds, or spells by, I forgot how many seconds. And he buys the damage boosting one. He needs both, actually. Yeah. Alright, what he's now going to do is the most probably famous glitch in this entire genre. SGS is Sense Gate Skip. So he does a riposte here, which sends his camera into kill cam, basically. Now he's operating on tank controls, so he cannot move the camera anymore. He just moved his character, which then moves also the camera with him. And he's gonna use that because that basically deloads all the areas outside of here that are not already loaded in. One of which is the Sense Gate. So he can actually just pass through it like there is no gate there and just enter into Sense Fortress immediately. From where he will make his way into Honor Londo immediately. He does all of that first, even though it's an all bosses run, because it's faster to get the ability to teleport, then come back to kill all the other bosses in the beginning, than it is to kill the bosses and then try to get the teleporting ability. Quit outs basically reset this. Bro, he got a really good run here. Minus 46 seconds on SGS, that's quite good. It's like a minute saved on those two. What's the strat for the Iron Golem? I actually don't remember. That's a strat. Now I remember. Okay, so... Wait, is that this? Yeah, it is. No, it isn't. He just uses black magic, yeah. He just topples the Iron Golem. Yeah, 3 combustions stagger him and then he just... I do remember the Iron Golem giving me a lot of trouble in, like, first playthroughs. It was very difficult to figure out, especially because you need to run all the way from the front to the back. Okay, so nobody actually figured out what he actually did here. Here he does something called a spell swap glitch. So basically he has 2 catalysts. He has a Pyromancy Flame and he has a Sorcerer Catalyst. He has 2 spell slots as well, so he has Combustion and Fall Control. I think it's if you press both the attack button on both catalysts, and really fast switch the spell in your spell slots, you can abuse the game into casting Fall Control as if it was Combustion. He does this because the SL1 character doesn't have enough intelligence to cast Fall Control normally, and he needs Fall Control for the upcoming part of glitches. So he does here a really fast switch, and he casts Fall Control with his Pyromancy glove, which is really dumb, but it works. And then he has like this eternal blue glow on his left hand, which is really nice. Or actually, if you unequip it, it disappears, but... And he's now going to do something called a Fall Control Quit Out, which is going to use the Fall Control to allow him to basically skip this entire elevator. He's gonna jump, and he's gonna prepare the Quit Out. The moment he hits the floor, Quit Out. And he's gonna respawn down there and he's gonna be alive. Fall Control basically gives your character a bit of invincibility, so you can confuse the game, essentially, to skip the elevator. It's actually really nice. But the genius part here is that nobody is doing this on an SL1 run. Usually people do this on leveled ones, but nobody is getting this consistent with move swapping or with spell swapping to do this on an SL1 character, because spell swapping is very... It's not really hard, it's just inconsistent, so it's really hard to get it in runs. But yeah, if you learn it, you can like add glitches that otherwise you would not be able to do, which is really nice. And then we run on the goddamn rafters, which is the most scariest thing you can ever do in life. Not even talking to a woman is this scary. Also, this is... I mean... Nah, we just parry the Painted Guardian and go. Also jump here, right? Yep. We just parry the goddamn Painted Guardian. Alright, now we are going to do another Fall Control Quit Out, but this one is much more interesting. He's going to do something called the Honor... I forgot what the name of the glitch is called. It's called the Honor Londo glitch? Honor Londo skip? Or the... no, it's called the Silver Knight Archer skip, excuse me, yeah. The moment he respawns here, he's going to do another Fall Control spell swap. He does this with the ring that extends the duration of... Okay, he does multiple glitches here, Jesus Christ.
Alright, I did a terrible job explaining this skip on stream, so let me redeem myself here. This is another death cam skip just like the one used for Sense Fortress, but in this case, the death cam is only a visual effect. The actual trigger to kill the chosen undead is activated upon hitting the elevator. Now, this can be avoided by using Fall Control, which is also the reason why you are now seeing a blue trail behind the character, as the game is literally trying to kill you every single frame.
Now we go to ONS, which usually is a very much run killer for any type of speedrun. He sets up RTSR from fall damage, but this guy, in his infinite Japanese wisdom, has figured out a glitch that trivializes ONS. I've never seen this ever be used on any other run besides this one. What he is doing right now here, so he has dropped an item in front of the fog gate. Now he's going to use a bow to maneuver his character precisely in a spot that's going to allow for the next glitch that's going to happen. What he wants to do now is pick up the item at the same time as entering the fog gate. If he does it correctly, first phase ONS AI will not load in, and he can just kill them while they're standing still. I have no idea how he figured this out. I have zero clue how he figured this out. This can be done on almost every boss fight in the game, I think. So he picks up the item. Yeah, he failed it here. He needs to pick up the item while entering the fog gate at the same time. Actually, really interesting. So now he does it again. I think he does. Now he gets it. No, he didn't get it. It's actually really tricky, apparently. Now he's okay. You see, the animation got overlapped, and he's now going to enter the fog gate in this direction, which is kind of funny. This completely disables the first phase AI. This guy has essentially found a way to trivialize the most dangerous boss fight in any speedrun. What the fuck? If you ever have trouble with ONS, just do this. Unfortunately, second phase just immediately aggroes, but let's be honest, Mr. Fatman over here might give Sonic the Hedgehog many problems, but to a seasoned speedrunner, Smo is literally barbecued. If this was only allowed for hitless, yeah, that would be great, right? This is why I like both hitless runs and speedruns. Because hitless runs, I get to see insane understanding of the game in the way that it was intended. I just love to see complete breakage of the game from time to time as well. Oh wait, he does something here which is kind of interesting. I think he wants to kill himself here, right? Don't ban me, Twitch. Once he gets the Lord Vessel and Honor Londo is dark, he wants to die here, because that sets your last bonfire to the bonfire at the beginning of Honor Londo. I don't know why it does that, but it does that. So he doesn't ever have to pick up this bonfire right now, because it automatically sets him there. Now he's gonna pick up the Fapring and make his way to Quelaag. Yes, Fapring is here, and 5 humanities and Quelaag. He does a very interesting skip here. He does a plunging attack into meme roll. Actually, he doesn't do meme rolls here. Did he do meme rolls here? Ah, no, this is just rolling fall damage, excuse me. Yeah, the plunging attack extends your limit of rolling to the last possible second. So if you do a plunging attack, you have a longer way to go before you can press roll, which will actually literally give you iframes upon hitting the ground. So it's perfect. Now we go for Quelana. He's gonna do two things here. He's gonna upgrade the Pyromancy Glove to plus 20. Yeah, right now. I think it's plus 20. And now he's gonna buy Great Combustion. Yeah, and now... how do I explain this? He's gonna buy 2 Great Fireballs. But the thing that's actually interesting here is that Quelana doesn't sell 2 Great Fireballs. She sells only 1. So, he does another prompt swap. But this prompt swap is done with the mouse wheel, or you can do it like with just the mouse cursor. So he basically wants to, very fast with the mouse, select from this, from like the Fireball, to the Firestorm, which you can't actually buy. And because the game registers this as you can't actually buy, it like reverts back to this one. But because the game is now confused, it allows you to buy not 1 but 2 Fireballs. I'm not actually entirely sure why it allows 2 Fireballs. I do another version of this glitch where I basically buy 99 Fireballs. So I just do the same glitch, but instead of like doing with the mouse, I do it with the mouse wheel, which then allows you to buy like much more. I'm not entirely sure why it does it this way. So you can see him actually doing the mouse cursor here, trying to switch to it. He fails a couple of times because it is a bit precise. But yeah, we abuse the game again. Now, if you've been paying attention, you might have realized something quite interesting. He's going to Quelaag, which is a fire immune boss. She doesn't take any fire damage, with only pyromancies. How is he going to do that? I don't think I need to say a single word here. Yeah, he equipped a sorcery, by the way, chat, which he can't use. Shooting sorceries from the Pyromancy Glove is just peak comedy in Dark Souls Remastered, honestly. Bro, the Great Heavy Soul Arrow does some serious work on Quelaag, by the way. Yeah, it does a spell swap. He's gonna be using spell swaps for the entirety of the game now. That's his main source of damage. He's just gonna be blasting through every enemy with fire, sorceries, pyromancies. Sadly, he's not using miracles, but that would be kind of funny if he did. What does he kill here? Dusk? Okay. So he's gonna do DLC now. The reason why he wants to do that is because Dusk actually gives you the Crown of Dusk, which boosts your sorceries or all magic by another 20%. This guy basically made an SL1 all-around mage. Literally. He's the greatest mage in the land. He's using all the spells. And 90% of them he can't actually wield because he doesn't have the requirements because he's SL1 or level 1. He needs to kill the Hydra. That's the requirement to get to the DLC. The Hydra is honestly the 27th boss fight in this round. So you're just gonna blast the shit out of it. And the firebomb, he's basically gonna go Murica on his ass. Murica and dead. Something about the Japanese just makes them fucking cracked at speedrunning. It's not just the Japanese chaos. The French have taken over fucking Elden Ring speedruns, by the way. Since he's already here, he's gonna go kill Sif and Moonlight Butterfly, because it's faster to kill them now than to come back later here. Nice RTSR setup. Honestly, when it comes to showcasing the spells in this game, I think this run is like on par. You basically showcase every single spell in the game. Bam! Did he know that? Wait. How did he know? Does Sif always do that? Turn around and then... He knew. So he goes into the fight and then he knew that Sif is gonna go there? I guess Sif just does that all the time. I don't actually know. I'm not entirely sure. I get sit here, nice. Bad Sif RNG, but he still dies. Literally immediately. Bye-bye, doggo. That's Sif down. Butterfly dies also quite well. He's gonna equip Giant Armor here. I actually forgot to mention that. He bought the Giant Armor back at the blacksmith in Anarlondo. The reason why he does that is because now he can just ignore all the attacks that the Butterfly does. And just spam the shit out of it. Even though he didn't get hit here. But the Butterfly can kill you if you just wail on it. 30 more minutes for how many boss fights, chat? Way too many. He's gonna kill the Golem. Because he needs the Broken Pendant for the DLC entrance. All of this is a gamble, by the way. He can easily be hit here and die instantly. Now he's gonna do something which is another version of Duke skip or Archive skip. I never do the skip. But he quits out here. Then he quits out falling off the elevator where the elevator used to be standing. That teleports him into this exact position. He can use this with fall control to do another version of Duke's skip. He's now gonna quit out on his death. He basically did the exact same thing in Arnold Londo at the beginning, only now in Duke's archives. This one is a bit faster than the glitchless Duke skip that no-hit runners basically do. But it's the same version as the Arnold Londo one. Now he just goes to Seif. This is badass level of behavior. Like literally, no scope crystal kills Seif in the cock. That's a lot of goddamn damage. Combustion is, I think, the best way to kill this guy. Oh, that's a clam! Go away, clam! That clam came at a very awkward situation. Do you see here how he used the homeward bone, or dark sign, basically homeward bone? He used the dark sign here to teleport out, but the last bonfire he grabbed was the bonfire right over here where he killed Sif and Moonlight. He hasn't grabbed a single goddamn bonfire through the entirety of Anor Londo or the Duke's archives. If you fail at anything, you need to reset the entire run. Alright, now he's gonna do another AI freeze, because apparently that AI freeze that I showed you can be done everywhere. He does these AI freezes on all the boss fights that are considered risky, because it does take time to set up the AI freeze. But because the boss fights that he's AI freezing are very risky, like the Guardian, he's basically just a fucking slot machine. This basically just makes the run very, very consistent. It does kind of trivialize the replayability of the run, because you don't essentially fight bosses anymore, but that's why I prefer, honestly, glitchless runs when it comes to like these categories, like all bosses. Now we are on to Artorias, and then he's going to do a beautiful thing. Remember those 2 great fireballs that he bought from Quailana way back in Blighttown? So he has not 4 casts, he has 8 casts of fireballs. That is very important. But now he's gonna do the meme rolls. So you see how he equipped a pike there? That fall should have killed him. There is a very weird glitch that is very easy to replicate. He equips the pike here. The reason why he equips the pike here, because now his weight load is going to be somewhere between 25.1 and 29. If your weight load is between 25.1 and 29%, you can, while falling, roll in midair, mid-roll in midair, which allows you to extend your iframes infinitely long as you have stamina. It's called a meme roll. It's my favorite glitch in the game. Literally just roll out of gravity, or roll into the oblivion, and roll all the fall damage that you should have been taking. Yeah, roll. The moment he rolled here, he gets iframes, so the fall doesn't kill him, and he just continues on with his life. It's beautiful. Honestly, even though I like the Artorias boss fight, I can understand how this is much faster, because he's a very tough boss fight if you fight him normally. Depending on RNG, he could take like anywhere from 30 seconds to I don't know how much. It might be debatable if this is actually the fastest way to do it, but I think for consistency, it's definitely the best way. AI freeze, and let's go. Artorias is just standing and he's dead. Alright, Artorias is dead. Let's go kill Calamite. He's gonna do a drop here, because he needs to set apart the SR for Calamite. He's gonna drop here exactly, and he quits out here. The reason why he quits out, he wants to set up the toggle glitch. There are dogs on your way to Calamite, and if he does the toggle glitch here to break their AIs, so he's now toggling, that now basically makes his character invisible to the AI. Basically, why this is happening, while he's toggling after the quit out, he needs to do it precise, by the way. While he's toggling, his character is in a deloaded state, so the game doesn't actually register the character as being on the map, so he can just walk past the dogs without any hurry. Now he's going to do a drop here, and while Calamite is flying, set apart his SR perfectly, and now pay attention. He's gonna run to those rocks over there, and then gonna make a U-turn, or a... yeah, U-turn, into above this like pond. If he stays here, when he stops, if he stays here, Calamite will not hit him, and he can hit Calamite, I think 3 times here, right? Yeah, 3 times. Now when he goes over there, and this is the most genius thing I've actually seen. He's now going to use the white separation crystal, whatever it's called, the item that you can't actually use. It's a PvP online item. He's now going to use it for timing. I think 8 times here. If he uses it 8 times, actually 5 times, because now Calamite is in this like weird arrangement here. 5 times, so he knows when exactly to run back here. So Calamite always does this exact attack, and he can always just cheese him from below like this. Now he's going to do it 8 times. Calamite has 2 different returns. There is one return where you need to do it 5 times. There is another return where you do this thing 8 times, and then you run back to the exact same location. This is called the Gothless Calamite kill. This, I thought, could never be done on an SL1 character, but this crazy motherfucker has figured out the way to do it. This is done on other all bosses categories, or on the other all bosses category. But an SL1 character does not use sorceries. They only have 2 spell slots. They cannot really buy anything else besides the Great Fireball that does enough damage. Without the glitch that he did in Blighttown, he would never have enough damage to actually kill Calamity in this way. But the most genius thing here is the timing. There is a problem with figuring out how to exactly know when Calamity is returning and in which way he's actually returning from beyond. But the timing with the white separation crystal, or whatever the hell it's called, is genius. Like, you can always cheese Calamity in this way, and you don't need to worry about any other like glitchy shenanigans to figure out when he's coming back. Now he did it 8 times, comes back here, and now Calamity is dead. Yep. He's gonna, like, Calamity is gonna die here. He's gonna get Calamity's ring after this. He does actually a dying animation here. You can see a little bit of a different animation here, but he quits out so fast and can't show the dying animation. But this is considered valid as in speedruns, because if you now would go through the quest line of Calamity, if you go to Goth, he's going to actually mention that Calamity is deaf. Right about here, you can see his health bar actually increasing. He equipped the Ring of Favor and Protection. There is a reason why I equipped the Ring of Favor and Protection. He needs the extra stamina so he can meme roll his way all the way down this elevator. If he didn't have the FAP ring on, he would not be able to do this. So that's another key little detail of the optimization. Another toggle glitch I think here is gonna go pick up Dark Bead, which is the most powerful spell in the game. You can probably guess what he's going to do with Dark Bead now. The spell swap glitch basically allows him to become a god. I will never be able to replicate this. I would need a ton of practice to be able to replicate this. By the way, he's doing something called the Manus skip here. By a series of quit-outs and precise jumping, he can get to this ledge over here and he can now roll into the Manus arena. He's basically out of bounds here, a bit of out of bounds. He can now just fall into the Manus arena, which doesn't actually have a kill box or a fall damage box. So he can just enter the fight easier without going to the cutscene and the fog gate. Now he's just gonna smack the shit a little bit out of the Father of the Abyss. No problem whatsoever. He actually got really good RNG here. Manus gave him all the right attacks. But Pyromancies are really good against this guy. And he's dead. Very good RNG Manus, honestly. He's getting good RNG. He's doing a lot of runs to get this good RNG, friend. Wait, you can actually see how many times he did this run. 1,024 times. He's not getting good RNG on accident, my friend. This is his 1,024th attempt. Imagine doing anything for 1,024 times. Imagine if you jerked off your cock for 1,024 times in a row. Bro, it would literally fall off. It would vanish from reality. Yeah, now that he has Dark Bead, chat, he can basically just Dark Bead his way through the entirety of Dark Souls. Just spell swap into Dark Bead. Black magic at its finest, honestly. You cannot get any more black magic in this game than spell swapping on an SL1 character from Great Combustion to fucking Dark Bead. Now, obviously, he's a speedrunner. He's not going to be running through the entirety of New Londo. He's going to do a meme roll into Quit Out, which skips the entirety of New Londo. You would usually go down to the lower section of this area, but the water level is currently in the way. Normally you need to drain the water level, then you can go down there. If you do this glitch called the New Londo skip, you can just remove the water by yourself. Another Quit Out here sets his camera. Now he's going to be walking through the water because you'll see the footsteps up above him. This direction actually just going to send him straight to the Four Kings. If you drop down into the Four Kings arena, because you normally drop down into the Four Kings arena, this works in this case as well. Because there is no kill box when you fall down into that arena as long as you wear the Ring of Artorias. It is at the bottom of everything at the end of the day, so it's actually very easy to hit. You can't really miss it. Bad RNG, sadly. Every time you get that explosion, you just need to run back, so it's just bad RNG. Also bad RNG. Fine. And I think he's going to do, yeah, Dark Bead now. Dumb, and he does need to hit one more king, unfortunately. There might be a way to get like a one phase on the Four Kings here, but I'm not entirely sure if it's possible. Another Dark Bead, he's dead, right? He's playing this very safe. I can understand, yeah. He's got a good run going. So playing it very safe is probably a good idea. Four Kings dead. Now, before we actually continue through the game, we need to pick up the slack. Capra Demon and Gaping Dragon are gonna get killed with the same glitch as previously did. He's actually using a combination of skips here, which all have their own name, but I'm lumping them right now all into like one skip, which is called a depth skip. He's gonna drop down here, Okay, let me actually explain a bit here. Yeah, he did a little bit mess up. He doesn't want to fall down into that goddamn pillar. He wants to land on top of it and roll down, yeah. Now the AI of the Capra Demon is not loaded in, and he can immediately kill it. Bam, and bam. Now he needs to quit out precisely. This precise quit out right here, the moment he gets the depth key, basically confuses the game into the game thinking that he's not on stable ground. So now the game is just going to reset him back to the last stable ground location that he found himself in, which is the top of the wall where he jumped off from. He's now going to go. He's now going to get teleported back to here. This saves him a lot of time. Toto is like the voiceover on Discovery or National Geographic. What he's currently doing now is going to the boss fight called the Gaping Dragon. So he's just following up on the rooftops, and he's now going to clip into bounds here. There is a bit of a ledge here. There is a bit of a lowered ledge here, or lower rooftop here, where you can basically just... There is no wall, actually, on this side. They didn't put collision here for some reason. If walls don't have collision, like they don't have over here, you can just basically walk through them. He's gonna do 2 backsteps here into a jump and quit out immediately. This is really hard to do. That quit out is so fucking fast. This basically now is gonna set him to top of the ladder. And once he is on top of the ladder, he can jump into the Gaping Dragon arena while setting up RTSR. Beautiful. He does it so fast, I need to rewind it. And after cutscene sets up RTSR, Dark Beat for victory. Actually, no Dark Beat. It's just Great Combustion. No Dark Beat is not even necessary. He does want to hit the head though. Headshots are going to kill the Gaping Dragon faster. He's gonna do another nifty skip here, the fastest way to skip to the catacombs. Another plunging attack into roll the fall damage. Dark Souls speedrunning. Fucking fall into oblivion, roll fall damage, continue. The Chosen Undead in Dark Souls 1 is the most OP character in any video game ever, man. I hope he made a lot of money from doing this. Brother, speedrunners are worse than chess players. Wait, what? He didn't set up RTSR? He might be worried about the skeletons actually hitting him. Yeah, it actually is because of the skeletons. Yeah, the skeletons can possibly kill him here if RTSR is set up. Because Nito can be a bit of an asshole. And this guy is doing the most reckless strat ever, which is basically just run into him and cast Dark Beat into his goddamn face. Yep. This guy's a reckless motherfucker. A lot of his runs have died right here. Trust me, chat. A lot of them. There's an interesting thing he did here. He equips the Ring of Dusk, or whatever it's called, to half his HP, and equips the Calamity Ring. The Calamity Ring makes him take double damage. He's gonna run exactly at this hollow here, so the hollow can shoot him with the arrow, and because he has the Calamity Ring, he's gonna take double the damage and perfectly set up RTSR. Now he just needs to get to Priscilla. It's not really hard to understand a lot of these things. It's hard to get them consistent. That's the hardest thing about speedrunning these games, consistency. One fireball, and Priscilla is dead. He keeps lock on so he can figure out where she is, and dead. Alright, there is actually an interesting thing he's going to do for Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn usually is a little bit of a bastard to kill because he has a lot of insane face transitions. He is now going to set up another toggle glitch here. At some point he's going to start toggling. Now he unequips an item and starts toggling. Perfect. He toggles the exact the exact right amount of times. So when he enters the boss arena, Gwendolyn's AI doesn't register him. This allows him to get immediately close to Gwendolyn and just flaming yong him. And Gwendolyn is dead. Why are there 2 timers? One is real time and one is in-game time. The 58 one is in-game time, the 106 is real time. Dark Souls speedruns are counted in in-game time. The reason why that is done is because that takes out of the equation the hardware that you're running the game on. So if somebody has a shit PC, his load times are going to be longer than the ones that have better PCs. So in-game time is a more fair way to count the speedrun. Of course, he's not grabbing any bonfires, chat. Also meme roll, because why not? Why walk down when you can meme roll down? At this point, it's just a flex. Centipede is actually killed very easily because you don't... Dark Pit is a very projectile-like spell. It travels a long distance. So it doesn't need to be close to Centipede to completely obliterate it. And because you can break limbs off of Centipede, every time you break a limb, he gets staggered, just continues fighting Dark Pit, he's dead. Fighting Centipede glitchless in SL1 is a nightmare because Centipede hitboxes are fucking garbage. Like, oh my god, like fighting it with a goddamn hammer like you do in a glitchless run is such a goddamn nightmare compared to this, where you just blast them with Dark Pit. Bed of Chaos is always killed in the exact same way. You do the Bed of Chaos cheese. stand there, throw 2 firebombs, and GG. Yep. Runs can die, I think, here. You could get Firestorm while you're running to the bug. This is basically just luck. Some runs are gonna die here eventually. Yeah, bug dead. And we are going to win. The way he's gonna set up RTSR here is just get stabbed in the butt. Perfect RTSR setup. But you ask for directions. The kill on the first flame is that way. The strategy for Gwyn is actually simple. Parry this attack. And then time... Actually, he doesn't even do it, my god. This guy's insane. This guy doesn't even do the safe strat. He just goes immediately into the arena, parries the first attack, and then while circling away so Gwyn doesn't attack him immediately, staggers him on the third and kills him on the fourth. That's all she wrote, baby. 107.42. Jesus Christ.